Okay, okay. Okay. All right. We'll manage somehow, right? Good morning, viewers. In today's episode, I won't show you anything groundbreaking, but I will show you something I recently managed to buy. Something that blew my mind and gave me chills all over my body. And this happened because I recently noticed a tendency in myself. Not that I have any complexes, but I get more excited about big spiders than small spiders, big insects than small insects, and big centipedes than small centipedes. What a beast. It's out of this world. It's a huge disaster. Unbelievable. Here's the thing. At the last Warsaw Zoo Exotics event, where I actually didn't plan to buy anything, it just so happened that I ended up with these two treasures in my hands. And when I saw this at the booth, I thought to myself, no way, this can't be real. But it is. Moving on to the little monsters. I'm not sure what to say. Let's set this aside for now and focus on this one. This, my friends, is a centipede, which I had heard is available in trade, but I never had the chance to take a really close look at it here, so to speak. This is a centipede mint legs, which is an unclassified species that has, how should I put it, mint-colored legs. There really is something to it. This centipede is from Southeast Asia, as is the other one. Of course, it's venomous. Of course, it's highly venomous, and of course, if it bit me, I probably wouldn't die, but I'd feel pretty bad for a few days. What interests me most is this centipede, since it's staying with me while Mint returns to Yannick. Mint's only here so I can film some cool shots. This centipede, currently known as Centipede Whitebirds, whatever that means, Whitebeard. I don't know how that relates to this centipede. This is the largest, also unclassified centipede found on the Asian continent. Two things. This isn't the largest centipede on Earth. For example, Centipede is bigger. White legs, which I also have, but it's just a baby, right? It's about this big. And these white legs can reach up to 40 cm in body length. These reach about 35, so just a little less. And listen, this is really a giant. I've never seen a bigger centipede in my life. All those sub-spinipede centipedes, the common ones, the ones you can buy for, I don't know, 200 zlotys, they're nothing. This one and this one, as thick as my thumb. The fact that it will grow even bigger is both terrifying and incredibly exciting. Since the centipede will be here for a while, we'll set up a terrarium. Feel free to suggest names for her in the comments, since I have no idea and she deserves a good one. Now the terrarium will be bioactive with live plants, bioactive substrate, and items like leaves. A nice hideout, there will be soil, and we'll also make a cleaning crew with springtails and possibly isopods. But I think the isopods might get eaten, although they're probably too small for her, but we'll see. Meanwhile, the other one will just go into a bigger container until I have to return it. So we'll do that at the very end. So let's get to work. As for the terrarium itself, it's just a regular 30 by 30 by 30 cm cube, which I'm now filling with soil and a bioactive substrate where the plants will grow nicely. Additionally, since the centipede likes to dig and hide, I'll need some kind of hiding spot. In this scene, I kind of felt like Captain America when I needed to tear this cork in two, but I finally managed to do it, and I think it will be the perfect hiding spot for her. Be cautious with centipedes, and I'm unsure if adding live plants is wise. For live plants, I chose the simplest ones, which are Epipremnum and Fittonia. I'll plant them, but since centipedes are diggers, it's very likely that these plants won't last long, which is a shame because they're beautiful. But this is an experiment, so we'll see. I also kind of chose this terrarium, not without reason, because it has two large ventilation strips, and centipedes are very sensitive to lack of ventilation. So I think it will do quite well here, since moisture escapes from this tank very quickly, and I've already tested this with other tanks of this type. And another thing, this terrarium will have to be kept in a very cool place, I mean relatively cool, because if someone thinks, well, it's a centipede, tropical, from Vietnam, so it has 30-35 degrees there, and we have to provide it with that kind of temperature. Actually, no. Actually, with centipedes, the lower the temperature, of course not too low, the better they will hide. And for this centipede, the so-called white bird or white birds, the best temperature is between 22 and 24 degrees, so we absolutely can't use any heating, any bulbs, or any heating mats. So it just doesn't get cooked in here. I planted the plants in a bit of a messy way, but that's exactly how I imagine a tropical Vietnamese jungle, where centipedes like this scurry around. Now it's time for a little cleaning. As a decorative element, I'm adding these little leaves, which might rot or might not. I hope they won't, because another thing centipedes are susceptible to is mold. Additionally, I'm adding mango leaves, and I'll be observing how this terrarium lives. The last piece of the puzzle is adding the cleaning crew. In this case, woodlice, springtails, and even a few worms showed up. I think this terrarium will be great for her. The final result is just as you see, so there's a bit of order and a bit of disorder. I think the centipede will have very good conditions here, and if not, we'll change them. Alright, great, I'm done. The terrarium looks like this. There are quite a few things crammed in here, but I think it looks pretty cool, and she'll have plenty of space to dig under this piece of cork oak. Let me tidy up a bit here. We already have everything prepared, including the container for the mint leg, and the terrarium where this beauty will end up. Yes, and we'll move her in a moment, but first we'll take care of the mint leg because it's a smaller centipede, and I don't think there should be any major problems with it. I'm registering the rubber bands. This is something that's necessary with this type of container because it can happen that a centipede like this might get out, for example. Oh, right, it's already coming out. No. Here. But we don't go out there. No. I'm going to return it anyway. No! Hey, what are you doing? Hey! Okay, leave it in the container for now. We'll do a macro shot, but honestly, I want to do something reckless, something that should be condemned. I want to hold it, but I'm unsure if it'll work. I've noticed that it's very calm for such a huge venomous creature. So I have no choice, since I'm a bit foolish, but to satisfy my curiosity and just see what comes of it. Hey! Do you bite or do you not bite? All right. Okay. It's about to fall off. Hey, listen, it's not that bad. If you don't press it down, then it's fine. Phenomenal. It's a completely different feeling than with spiders. But what? It's heavy. It's very heavy. All right, I achieved my dream. Let's put her in the terrarium and we're done. It recorded. That's awesome. Did it record? It recorded. Good. Hey, but we're not leaving this. No, Missy, come here. Here is your home. Here you go. We're not going out. We're not going out? There. I don't want to go into the terrarium. Maybe something's wrong with her. Well, but no, we're not going on trips, are we? Overall, the armor needs changing. I'll have to change my underwear. However, actually, if we're dealing with such a huge creature, as long as it's not really crazy... A gentle giant. You can easily pick her up. Great, that's basically it, because that's all I wanted to show you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what we should name this rascal. And finally, I promise this is the last announcement. Bartek and I launched a Patronite for our exotic animal exhibition. Oh my god, a permanent exhibit in Wrocław. The Patronite link is in the video description, where we offer different tiers and exhibition benefits. I encourage you to check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Whoa! Coriander was on my hand. Nice. I like it.